Hello everyone, my name is Ronnie Rocha. I'm here with our class, the Perspect of Sustainability 2.1 discussion. Um, Going over the topic of interconnectedness. I felt I was going to go ahead and do a written one, but I felt video would probably be a little bit better with interconnecting. And so, it's kind of what it's all about, so I thought I'd go ahead and do the video for you. Question was, explain what interconnectedness means to me. Well, it's basically just connecting with everybody around you. Not just people, animals, how you connect with pretty much everything. And that's kind of what it is to me, is just connecting with everybody. I do live in Arlington, Texas, which is home of the Cowboys. Kind of tells some of the stuff around me. And so the culture here is really friendly. We say, how you doing, to almost everybody we run into. We're in and out of the stores. As long as we make eye contact, we are saying, how you doing? We normally don't say howdy a lot, but I'm not saying that we don't say howdy. But normally it says, hey, how you doing? And it's how's it going? How you doing? And it's not really more of a question. It's more of a just saying hi. You really don't answer that question, because they usually just respond with, how you doing? And that's pretty much it. I've never been, say, in the New England area, but I do hear that a lot of places up north or even away from Texas, they don't talk to a lot of people. They said, a lot of my friends had said that they pretty much don't talk to anybody crossing the street, anything like that. It's very, very rare that you will have a conversation with somebody. And here, if you're stuck beside somebody on an elevator, if you're stuck wherever, you pretty much are going to have the conversation of it. And that's the way the interconnectedness is here. And I really like that. Everybody's usually really friendly, and people are in a bad mood, but that's okay. But that's kind of the things that go on culturally here. It's not too much kind of a racism thing really here. There's a lot of Hispanics and African American and Caucasians. There's a lot of people here, and it's really not really racist here. Not saying that people can't be racist, but everybody talks to everybody. Everybody has conversations with everybody. It's usually don't see a lot of that here. One of the examples of interconnectedness that I wanted to share with y'all was holding the door open for people. And the reason why I bring this up is because I've had this discussion with some people on social media. Some of my friends, actually a lot of them up north, they will comment that they're no longer going to hold the door open for somebody because they don't say thank you. They're not appreciating it. And so here, we I don't know, I say here, I said more or less my culture, or just even me. My comment to that is usually what kind of brings up the conversation is, well, are you a good person? You think you're a good person morally? Are you, a friendly, nice person? And almost 100% of the time they're saying, yeah, I think I am. So my question again is, then why are you holding the door? Are you holding it because you're a good person? Or are you holding it open because you wanted the thank you? You deserve the thank you. See, because me, I think I'm a good person. I try to be, but to me, if I see somebody getting close to the door when I'm coming out, I'm going to hold the door for them. I don't need the thank you. That's for me because I'm just a good person. Now, if I get the thank you, that's the bonus. That's just the icing on the cake, but I didn't need it. That's not why I held the door open. And a lot of times, I hope, they get them to see the different ways. Oh, okay, so, and it's not to make me look any better or anything else. It's just the friendliness that I have. And I like to interconnect with anybody. I'll talk to anybody. That's my family. My kids, my wife will tell you that I'll sit there and talk the ears off of a paper bag. So that's one of the things about that. Another one we talked about was what is one pop culture example? Here in, I don't know if y'all know a lot. I live in Texas, and here football and sports are really big here. So people really connect, and that's not just pro sports, that's college, that's high school, and that's even youth sports are huge here. I'm sure they're pretty big everywhere else, but here football is more of a religion. A lot of football movies have come out of here. Friday Night Lights was a big one that came out from Odessa Permian. My high school plays Odessa Permian every year. And if you go back and watch the movie, if you've seen the movie, you'll recognize this helmet right here in the movie Abilene High, we beat them. In real life, we didn't that year, but but it's just the camaraderie we get, and it brings a lot of people together. It really does. And even though you're battling in these sports, cowboy games, things like that, even though you're battling against each other sometimes, at the end of the day, we're usually real good about just being able to appreciate that sport and walk away, for the most part, happy at the other team. Being Cowboy fans here, Cowboy fans are a little different than most fans. We tend to think every year is our year. But even though we disagree with a lot of Cowboy fans or whatever it is, we'll always back them up, and we always leave all together. So that's the good thing, is that I think that's one of the biggest things that the culture around here really does. It did mention about maybe like a movie or something. I'll say just like movies in general are very influential and could be a big interconnection. Excuse me. A good way to interconnect with me, because Top Gun, for instance, a lot of people saw the original, and I'm talking back in the 80s. I'm that old. But it caused a lot of people to join the Air Force, join the Naval Academy, and fly planes. I mean, it was a godly amount. And it was just so many that a lot of people ended up dropping out. So it wasn't always the greatest thing, but the sustainability there showed that we could be influenced like that in a good way. Another movie is The Sound of Freedom, which is talks about, if you hadn't seen that, I really suggest check it out, look it up. It's about trafficking kids mainly. That kind of awareness really brings people together, I think. It shows the sustainability of our human race, how we can still stick together. It doesn't matter the country, doesn't matter the race, culture, anything. I mean, children are everything. And that's what my whole, my degree is going in child and adolescent psychology. And so I'm really big on that right there. So those kind of things, those kind of awarenesses can have a big influence on us. As far as, I wouldn't call it so much of a pop culture, but probably one of the biggest things that I've seen about sustainability in our country, at least, was the effect after 9/11. Regardless of theories or anything like that on 9/11, after 9/11, it didn't matter about race, culture. I mean, it didn't matter about anything. We all came together. And that right there showed me that when it hits the fan, we're still there as a human race. Now, we could be like, I don't like the time we're living in right now. We're being very segregated and everything. And so, not that we need another natural disaster or disaster like that or anything like that to bring us together. But I think this right here, me talking to you, spreading the positivity and not looking at those things is a big way to get sustainability. Me making this video so you can see me personally, get to know me, is one way to sustain, it's the sustainability of our human race, of just talking to each other. And so there was a quick saying that they said if you put 100 red ants in a jar and 100 black ants in a jar, and you just leave them alone, they'll leave each other alone. But if somebody comes and shakes that jar, then they'll start fighting. I kind of feel like that's the way we are sometimes, that we would get along a lot better if there wasn't always somebody there to shake that jar and start making us discriminate against each other and everything. So, but that's just my thought on that. And sustainability, interconnection is like that as well. I think I pretty much answered all the questions. Hopefully I did. I did want to make a comment, and I'm not going to comment too much on this. And this is kind of more for our professor. The assigned reading that we had a video in it. Speaker was Rachel Kornhauser. I wasn't a big fan of that video. I didn't like a lot of what she said. She seemed contradicting a lot. I'll get into it more about the eco versus ego, because I think our assignment actually deals with that. So I'll get into that. I just didn't like, just let you know right off now, she was pissed about everything this and environment. She's an environmentalist, but she made sure that she bought her SUV, and everybody else should do their part. But I felt like, well, I bought my SUV, so you're not allowed to. Do your part. Don't buy this. I don't know. It just kind of rubbed me wrong, and I'll go more into detail probably in another video and everything. So who knows? I might just keep making more videos like this just for my channel. Not that I have a big channel, but it's something I want to continue to do, public speak and everything. So hopefully you enjoyed it, and hopefully you sat through the whole thing. If not, fast forward through, it's all right. And hopefully you respond. I like to seeing the response. So good luck to everybody, and we'll see you in the future.